and Dave Meltzer are now no longer friends because of differing opinions on pro wrestling. Conrad, I'm going to start with you. What do you think about it? Because Jim Cornette is so knowledgeable, he's got so much to offer the wrestling business, and he has this opinion that is kind of, now taking friendships away from him. Dave Meltzer is very, sort of forthright in his opinions. What do you make of the whole thing?
Well, I mean, I think it's a matter of taste, really. It's Jim made the analogy the other day when we were talking about Nando's that he likes thighs and I like breasts. And
God damn it! Goodbye, man. Meltzer, son of a bitch.
I think it's very subjective. So I see both sides. I mean, I certainly think there are things that Jim says that are valid criticisms of AEW, but I think he's dug his heels in so far that he can't back up now because he is still doing, and I know this isn't something people think about a lot, but podcasts are supposed to be entertaining. He's playing character on the podcast to get a reaction. It's no different than sports talk radio or political talk radio. You have to have a polarizing opinion one way or another. And at the same time, Dave Meltzer's Wrestling Observer newsletter is also for entertainment. It's not, neither one are just the facts, ma'am. There's a lot of opinion in there. So it's just two guys who had a disagreement, and, I would say they turned it into an angle, but I don't know where the payoff is. I think Cornette maybe just took it a little too far, and hopefully in time that relationship can be repaired. But you've known them a lot longer than anybody here.
Yeah, I've known them for 30 years each. There's the deal. They're both very bright, and they really are. You can read Meltzer's Observer. If you're going to read one newsletter, that might be the one you want to start with to get your feel for that, right? He and Brian Alvarez do a great job on their audio and things like that. But Cornette and Dave are both very bright guys. They have a difference of opinion, and Cornette has elevated his angst, about Kenny and Kenny's past. And, that's the one thing about all of our lives, certainly mine to be this way. I can't do a damn thing about my past. Study it, learn from it, right? Today's the day for me, today here, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. So I'm living for today. Those guys should probably live for today a little bit more and not get so wrapped up in pro wrestling angles that would destroy a 30-year friendship. When you start thinking about it in those terms, it's kind of screwed up. So I hope one of these days they'll patch their bridges, but they both, hey, if I had a company and what their skills set was qualified to do, I'd hire both of them. They're good team guys. They're good, smart wrestling people. But this is bullshit, really childish, really silly. So I get asked this Cornette stuff. He knocks AEW, he doesn't ever knock me, if you notice. Because we're friends. Is that objective journalism? Maybe he should be gutting and quartering me too. I don't know. I wouldn't care. So I haven't talked to him about AEW or anything else lately, but that's not because I'm mad at him. Just we haven't had a chance to shoot the shit. But I'm not going to bring that up. If he wants to talk about Meltzer and all that stuff, have at it, man. I don't care. But I don't have a dog in the hunt. Don't matter to me. So it's a good question, Kenny. It's very topical right now, and I was surprised that it escalated to the level that it has, considering those guys have a lot in common and known each other since they were young, both in their 30s, and now both of them probably they're past 50, I think, right? What do you think?
Yeah, they are. I mean, this is worth mentioning too. Dave Meltzer told the story a long time ago that Terry Funk once told him you couldn't give a match star ratings if you weren't there at the time. That the match was done for that crowd on that day, and those are the people who should rate it. So he was saying that to say that you have to add context to the audience at the time. And so even though Cornette is saying, oh, this is some dumb shit, I mean, we had Triple H fuck a corpse on Raw. We set Jim Ross on fire. Vince McMahon showed us his ass could do tricks, and then Jim had to kiss it.
Mae Young got her tits out at Royal Rumble 2000.
Yeah, and she gave birth to a hand. I mean, so this is all, it was what was done for the time. And I think a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle wrestled for Jim Cornette once. I mean, seriously, they had a ladder match where you didn't have to get on a ladder. You could just pull it down. You could just jump, kind of. But that audience bought it. And so that wasn't, my thing is I've just decided not all wrestling is for me. So a few years ago when Naomi had like the glow belt, my daughter was really into wrestling, and I thought, man, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But I didn't say that. I just saw it and thought it to myself. And she said, "Oh my God, Dad, that's the coolest belt ever." And I realized, wow, that's my $1 million belt. Because when I was a kid, my dad was like, "This is fucking stupid. The dollar signs with diamonds, what is this?" And I'm like, "Dad, it's awesome. It's the $1 million belt. You don't understand." It wasn't for him, just like that Naomi Glow belt wasn't for me. So Kenny Wrestling Dolls, that's not for Jim Cornette, but the people in that crowd, they loved it. And they bought tickets the next week, so it worked.